Hello everyone, I am CA Neeraj B. Welcome to my YouTube channel at the rate Accounting Buddy NB. In today's lesson, we will entirely focus on question-based learning to master the concept of trial balance through practice and application. We will master the topic trial balance with 50 plus questions and answers divided into 5 sections as displayed on your screens. This comprehensive question and answer based approach ensures strong conceptual clarity, hands-on experience, and complete confidence in preparing a trial balance without relying on theory. In this section, we will answer few descriptive type questions. Question number 1 is trial balance is an evidence of the arithmetical accuracy of records. Is it correct? Explain. The answer is a trial balance essentially proves the arithmetical correctness of the books of account. If totals of both the debit and credit side balances of a trial balance match, then it is proved books are arithmetically correct. Question number 2 is trial balance is an account. Is it correct? Give reason. The answer is trial balance is not an account. It is a statement which shows the names and balances of the accounts in the ledger and cash book of an enterprise at any given date. Question number 3 is state the accounts which are not considered while preparing trial balance. And the answer is accounts which do not have balances are not considered while preparing the trial balance by the balancing method. Question number 4 is why is a trial balance important in accounting? And the answer is it helps detect arithmetic errors in ledger postings, confirms the double entry system is followed, and provides a foundation for preparing the income statement and balance sheet. Question number 5 is what types of errors can a trial balance detect? And the answer is it can catch errors like incorrect ledger totals, double posting, posting to wrong side of an account, but it cannot detect errors of omission, commission or compensating errors. Question number 6 is trial balance facilitates preparation of final accounts. Is it correct? Give reasons. And the answer is yes, trial balance facilitates preparation of final accounts by making available the balances of all the accounts at one place. Question number 7 is how is a trial balance prepared? The steps displayed on your screen needs to be followed to prepare a trial balance. List all the ledger accounts, record their closing balances, separate debit and credit balances, total both the columns and ensure the totals match. Question number 8 is when is the closing stock shown in the trial balance? And the answer is closing stock is shown in the trial balance when the adjusting entry for closing stock is passed in the books of account. It means that the closing stock is adjusted against the opening stock and the purchases taken together. Question number 9 is what is the main objective of preparing a trial balance? And the answer is the main objective of preparing a trial balance is to verify the arithmetical accuracy of the accounting entries. Question number 10 is a trial balance conclusive evidence of accuracy of books of account? And the answer is trial balance is not a conclusive evidence of accuracy of the books of accounts since certain type of errors remain even when the trial balance is matched. Question number 11 is give two features of a trial balance. And the answer is feature number 1, it is a list of balances of ledger accounts and cash book. And number 2 is it is prepared on any date. In this section, we will address short answer type questions. Question number 12 is what is a trial balance? And the answer is trial balance is a statement showing the balances of accounts which are in the ledger and balances of cash in hand and bank balance in the cash book. Question number 13 is state one importance of trial balance, and the answer is it facilitates preparation of financial statements by making available the balances of all the accounts at one place. Question number 14 is state with reason whether a trial balance is prepared for a particular period. And the answer is no, trial balance is prepared on a particular date and not for a particular period. Question number 15 is mention one limitation of trial balance. And the answer is it cannot detect all types of errors, especially those that don't affect totals. Question number 16 is how does trial balance help in detecting posting errors? And the answer is by revealing mismatches between the debit and the credit totals, it flags possible posting mistakes. Question number 17 is name two types of errors that a trial balance cannot detect. And the answer is errors of omission and compensating errors. Question number 18, which side of the trial balance records assets and expenses? And the answer is debit side. Question number 19, what does it indicate if the trial balance does not tally? And the answer is it suggests there may be errors in the ledger posting or arithmetic mistakes. Question number 20. What is the main objective of preparing a trial balance before final accounts? And the answer is to ensure accuracy before preparing the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Question number 21. On which side of the trial balance prepaid expenses and expenses payable are recorded? And the answer is prepaid expenses are recorded on the debit side while the expenses payable are recorded on the credit side of the trial balance. In this section, we will address true and false question and answers. Question number 22 is a trial balance is prepared at the end of every accounting year. This is a false statement. It can be prepared periodically, that is monthly, quarterly or annually. Question number 23 is trial balance lists only revenue and expense accounts. This is again a false statement. It includes all the ledger accounts, assets, liabilities, equity, expenses, and income accounts. Question number 24. Trial balance ensures that debits equal credits. This is a true statement. Its primary purpose is to check the arithmetical accuracy of ledger postings. Question number 25 is a trial balance can detect all types of accounting errors. This is a false statement. It does not catches errors of omission or accounting principle errors. Question number 26. Debit balances usually represent assets or expenses. This is a true statement. Assets and expenses typically carry debit balances in accounting. Question number 27 is trial balance is a financial statement. This is a false statement. It is a working document, not a formal financial statement. Question number 28. Credit balances usually represents liabilities or income. This is a true statement. Liabilities, equity and income accounts usually have credit balances. Question number 29. Errors of commission affects the trial balance totals. This is a false statement. These errors may not affect the trial balance if the debit and the credit columns are equal. Question number 30. Trial balance helps in preparing the final accounts. It's a true statement. It serves as the foundation for preparing the income statement and the balance sheet. In this section, we will take up fill in the blanks questions and answers. Question number 31 is a trial balance is a statement that shows the balances of all dash and the dash accounts. And the correct answer is debit and credit accounts. Question number 32. The trial balance is usually prepared at the end of an dash period. And the correct word is accounting period. Question number 33 is the primary purpose of preparing a trial balance is to check the dash of postings in the ledger. And the correct word is arithmetical accuracy of postings in the ledger. Question number 34 is if the total of debit balances equals the total of credit balances, the trial balance is said to be dash and the correct word is said to be tallied. Question number 35. Trial balance is prepared with the help of dash balances taken from the ledger and the correct word is closing balances taken from the ledger. Question number 36 is errors of dash will not be revealed by the trial balance and the correct word is errors of omission. Question number 37. Trial balance is usually prepared in dash form or in dash form and the correct words are statement form or the account form. Question number 38 is wages paid account normally shows a dash balance and the correct word is debit balance. Question number 39. Capital account usually shows a dash balance and the correct word is credit balance. Question number 40. Trial balance helps in preparing the dash and the correct words are profit and loss account and balance sheet. Question number 41. If purchase returns are omitted, the trial balance will still dash and the correct word is tally. Question number 42. The trial balance is prepared after posting entries into the dash and the correct word is ledger. Question number 43. An error of dash means that both debit and credit sides of an entry are recorded with the wrong amount and the correct word is an error of commission. Question number 44. Trial balance does not guarantee the absence of dash in accounts and the correct word is errors in account. Question number 45. Prepaid account normally shows a dash balance and the correct word is debit balance. Question number 46. Bad debt recovery account usually shows a dash balance and the correct word is credit balance. Question number 47 is trial balance is a list of balances of all the dash accounts and the balances of dash and the correct words are ledger accounts and the balances of cash book. Question number 48 is trial balance is prepared on a particular dash and not for a particular dash and the correct words are particular date and not for a particular period. Question number 49. Assets have dash balance and the correct word is debit balance. Question number 50. Expenses have dash balance whereas the incomes have dash balance and the correct words are debit balance and the incomes have credit balance. Question number 51. Trial balance checks the dash accuracy of transactions having been recorded. The correct word is arithmetical accuracy. Question number 52. Trial balance is a document that facilitates preparing of dash statements and the correct word is financial statements. Question number 53 is goodwill account will always have dash balance and the correct word is it will always have a debit balance. In this section we will address few multiple choice questions. Question number 54 is a trial balance is prepared to and the available options are option A, find out the net profit or loss, option B, ascertain the financial position, option C, check the arithmetical accuracy of accounts, and option D, record transactions in the books. And the correct option is option C, check the arithmetical accuracy of accounts. Trial balance ensures that the debit and credit totals are equal, providing the mathematical accuracy of ledger postings. Question number 55 is which of the following is not a purpose of the trial balance? And the available options are to detect certain type of errors, option B to locate every error in the books, option C to prepare the financial accounts, option D to test the equality of debits and credits. And the correct option is option B. Some errors like compensating errors, errors of omission do not affect the trial balance. So it cannot detect all these errors. Question number 56 is which of the following errors will affect the agreement of a trial balance? And the available options are option A, error of omission, Option B, error of principal. Option C, wrong totaling of subsidiary books. And option D, compensating errors. And the correct answer is option C, wrong totaling of subsidiary books. If a subsidiary book is wrongly totaled, wrong balances will get posted, disturbing the debit and credit equality. Question number 57. If the trial balance does not tally, the difference is temporarily transferred to. The available options are option A, suspense account, option B, profit and loss account, option C, capital account, and option D, trading account. And the correct option is option A, suspense account. Suspense account is opened temporarily to balance the trial balance until the errors are found and corrected. Question number 58 is the trial balance is usually prepared on, and the available options are option A, daily basis, option B, once in 5 years, option C, monthly, quarterly or annually, and option D, at the discretion of shareholders. And the correct option is option C. Businesses generally prepare trial balance periodically, often monthly or quarterly, and compulsorily at the end of a financial year. Question number 59. If wages account is shown on the credit side of the trial balance instead of debit, the total will, and the available options are option A, still agree, option B, disagree, option C, remains unaffected, and option D, none of these. And the correct option is option B. Wages is an expense. If wrongly placed in credit column, debit and credit sides will not match. Question number 60. An opening stock of goods will appear in, and the available options are option A, trading account only, option B, trial balance only, option C, both trial balance and trading account, and option D, balance sheet. And the correct option is option B. Opening stock is brought forward from the previous year, so it is shown in the trial balance and transferred to the trading account. Next illustration is state whether the balances of the following accounts should be placed in the debit or the credit columns of the trial balance. List of 16 chart of accounts is displayed on your screen. First head of account is furniture. As a tangible asset, furniture is recorded in the debit column of the trial balance. This aligns with the accounting principle that all assets inherently carried a debit balance. Plant and machinery is an asset, so it appears in the debit column of the trial balance, as assets always carry a debit balance. Discount allowed is an expense account, so it is placed in the debit column, as business expenses always carry debit balance. Salary account is an expense account, so it is placed in the debit column, as business expenses always carry debit balance. Bank overdraft is a liability account, so it is placed in the credit column, as business liability always carry credit balance. Cash in hand is an asset account, so it is placed in the debit column, as the business assets always carry debit balance. Creditors is a liability account, so it is placed in the credit column, as the business creditors always carry credit balance. Sundry debtors is an asset account, so it is placed in the debit column, as the business assets always carry debit balance. Carriage outward and carriage inward both are expense accounts, so both these accounts are placed in the debit column, as the business expenses always carry debit balance. Sales account is an income account, so it is placed in the credit column, as the business income always carry credit balance. Purchase account is an expense account, so it is placed in the debit column, as the business expenses always carry debit balance. Discount received and interest received both are income accounts, so both these accounts are placed in the credit column, as the business incomes always carry credit balance. Interest paid is an expense account, so it is placed in the debit column, as the business expenses always carry debit balance.
Bad debts is a business loss, so it is placed in the debit column as the business losses always carry a debit balance. Let us take another illustration to prepare the trial balance as on 31st March 24 from the following balances of the Tully Trading LLC. Capital is the amount payable by the business to its owners. Therefore, capital account is always placed in the credit column. Computer is an asset, so it is placed in the debit column. Debtors account are the amounts receivable from the customer and are assets of the business. Therefore, debtor account is placed in the debit column. Sales is an income account, so sales account is always placed in the credit column. Creditors are to whom the business owes money and they are classified as liabilities of the business. Therefore, creditors account are placed in the credit column. Bank overdraft is the amount payable by the business to the bank and is a liability of the business. Therefore, overdraft account is placed in the credit column. Opening stock is an asset of the business and therefore it will be placed in the debit column. Interest received is an income of the business and thus it will be placed in the credit column. Purchase is an expense of the business, so it is placed in the debit column. Return inward or sales return gets a reverse treatment. When business sells goods, sales account is credited, and when the sales are returned by the customer, sales account is debited. Therefore, return inward account is placed in the debit column. Both traveling and office rent are business expenses. Therefore, both will be placed in the debit column. When both the debit and credit columns of a trial balance are totaled and both the columns have the same balance, this confirms the arithmetical accuracy of the trial balance.
Let us draw a correct trial balance from the below trial balance prepared by Polly. The trial balance appearing on your screen is tallied and both the columns total is $400,000. Now let us analyze each account head whether it is placed in the correct column. Capital account represents the amount business owes to its owners. Therefore, $125,000 is correctly placed in the credit column. Computer account represents the assets of the business and it is correctly placed in the debit column. Debtors is an asset of the business and should be placed in the debit column. Therefore, in this illustration, the debtor account is wrongly placed in the credit column. Sales is a revenue account of the business and therefore it will be placed in the credit column. Creditors are the liabilities of the business, therefore they should be placed in the credit column. However, in this illustration, the creditors account is wrongly placed in the debit column. Bank overdraft is an amount payable by the business to the bank. It is a liability of the business and it should be placed in the credit column. Therefore, in this illustration, it is wrongly placed in the debit column. Opening stock being an asset of the business is correctly placed in the debit column. Interest received is a business income and therefore $5,000 should appear in the credit column. However, in this illustration, it is wrongly placed in the debit column. Purchase account being the business expense is correctly placed in the debit column. Discount received for $15,000 being the business income is correctly placed in the credit column. Salary account being the business expense is correctly placed in the debit column. Similarly, rent account represents the business expense and it is also correctly placed in the debit column. In this trial balance appearing on your screen, 4 account heads are wrongly placed, but still the trial balance is tallied. Post correction, the revised correct trial balance is now appearing on your screens. Debtors account for $95,000 is correctly placed in the debit column. Creditors account of $25,000 is correctly placed in the credit column. Bank overdraft amount of $65,000 is now placed in the correct credit column. Interest received income of $5,000 is also now placed in the correct credit column. Now the total of the debit and the credit columns is still matching after the correct classification of all the accounts. In my next lesson on 27th December 2025, we will start a new chapter on the topic depreciation. In this lesson, we will dive deep into how to calculate the total cost of a fixed asset, how to pass journal entries for various fixed asset cost elements, and the two main methods of recording depreciation. Whether you are a student or a professional, mastering depreciation is key to accurate financial reporting. If you enjoy the content of my channel and appreciate my teaching style, please subscribe, share and like my YouTube channel at the rate Accounting Buddy NB. Thank you and goodbye for now.